Hello, I'm NP. On this channel, NPlay64, time after time I speak about channel updates. You know, things that happened and things that most probably will happen, considering this channel. So, since my friend Chris Edge left somewhere around late last year, for me it became quite difficult to maintain the channel alone. So despite that, I tried to separate NPlay64 from my real life. Well, I just can't. Everything I do has quite an impact on the time available for this channel. I'm a touring musician, so seasonally I'm not available. I just don't know the exact date when this video will be released, but we have just arrived from a summer tour. So in September, for a couple of weeks, I'll be on holiday, well, sort of. Then we will hit the road again up until December. So apart from a couple of exceptions, like the recent EA Sports WRC review, all the videos are produced months prior to the release. So usually on an annual schedule I have these breaks around January, May, September and maybe some weeks around December. Well, these are not holidays exactly, because as an audio production freelancer, the projects that I'm working on are scheduled for these breaks. You know, things like recording, mixing, mastering and all sort of audio production. So realistically, all of these things I've mentioned are quite limiting. So the original concept of this channel is shifting. I'm just unable to produce game reviews on a regular basis. Well, at least not without Chris's help. Despite that he left the channel because of his new job, still he gave a lot of suggestions and great ideas. I hope I can implement them somewhere in the future, but until that, the majority of videos on this channel will be gameplay videos, with occasional reviews, and not the other way around that the original plan was. Well, at the end of the day, I'm just a fan of playing games, so yeah. So what I plan to do in this actual break is to revisit the Metro series. Well, since I started the whole franchise after Metro Exodus was released, I just regard the complete Metro franchise as a solid package with 3 different parts, 3 different stories if you like. I also finished the game Chernobylite during August. Steam Deck is a blessing on the road. I also have Battletech in my game library for quite a while that I haven't checked, and a couple of months before I had quite a blast playing Prey, so for a while I plan to return to the immersive sim genre by dusting off Dishonored. I also do some sim racing, just for fun, so you can suspect my usual BeamNG Drive, EAWRC, Dirt Rally 2 and Bike Sim videos. I had quite a bit of fun with the very first Isle of Man TT game. So that's the plan. Still, I have a couple of unreleased videos from the previous stint from early summer. Hopefully, I will be able to create a couple of reviews as well. I will see how far I can go in September. Okay, there is one more thing I'd like to talk about. If you follow this channel, then you must probably notice that I am quite a big fan of The Crew 1, the open-world driving game that just became killed when its servers became shut down. I recorded a lot of videos of The Crew when it was alive. Most of them are cannonball runs, from coast to coast, high speed. Anyway, there's a movement called Stop Killing Games, initiated by Mr. Scott Ross somewhere around early summer. You can find the link in the video description below. If you support the idea and you are a citizen of the European Union, then you may sign a petition that's about preserving digital art games on the long run. But I don't want to talk about it right now, because something happened a couple of days ago. Ubisoft came up with a declaration called Commitment to the Crew franchise. It says, We want to acknowledge that some of you have expressed concerns about access to the Crew games. Today, we want to express our commitment to the future of the Crew 2 and the Crew Motorfest. We are actively exploring different solutions for the future, which will include an offline mode. Well, actually, this is the solution that modders are working on these days, considering the Crew 1. And despite that it's not a promise, still it's a very strong statement from Ubisoft. So the Crew 2 and the Crew Motorfest is not intended to be left dead like the Crew 1. Despite that it's not over yet, still I think Stop Killing Games as a movement has reached its goal, because it managed to stop killing the rest of the Crew franchise. And it's a big thing, I think. I have no info, but most probably this whole The Crew shutdown thing hit Ubisoft very hard. There was quite a big public outrage of simple gamers like you or me. You know, a simple person is not a lawyer. Still you can decide about trust and where you spend your money. And in a consumer society it's quite a powerful thing. So still, even if it's not an official attempt to revive the Crew 1, it's a declaration of not doing the same mistake again. It's a very positive turn, I think. Okay, it will not undo the wrong that should not be forgotten or forgiven, and it definitely will not revive the Crew 1 that the modern cracker scene will do sometime in the future anyway. But it's something, it's a step in the right direction, I think. Over time we will see how it will work in the practice, but because after this statement a big update arrived for both the Crew 2 and the Crew Motorfest, including even some free content, I guess it will have a positive impact on Ubisoft's prestige as a publisher and may preserve the actual game developer Ivory Tower on the long run. Well, we will see. NP out. See you somewhere in time.